Second Chronicles chapter 30. And Yehizkiyahu sent to all Israel and Yehudah, and wrote letters also to Ephraim and Manasseh, that they should come to the house of Yahweh at Jerusalem, to keep the Passover to Yahweh the God of Israel. For the king had taken counsel, and his princes, and all the assembly in Jerusalem, to keep the Passover in the second month, for they could not keep it at that time, because the priests had not sanctified themselves in sufficient number, neither had the people gathered themselves together to Jerusalem. And the thing was right in the eyes of the king and of all the assembly. So they established a decree to make proclamation throughout Israel, from Beersheba even to Dan, that they should come to keep the Passover to Yahweh the God of Israel at Jerusalem. For they had not kept it in great numbers, in such sort as it is written. So the posts went with the letters from the kings and his princes throughout all Israel and Yehudah, and according to the command of the king, saying, Ye children of Israel, turn again to Yahweh the God of Abraham, Ishaq, and Israel, that he may return to the remnant that are escaped of you out of the hand of the kings of Assyria. And be not like your fathers and like your brothers, who trespassed against Yahweh the God of their fathers, so that he gave them up to desolation, as ye see. Now be ye not stiff-necked as your fathers were, but yield yourselves to Yahweh, and enter into his sanctuary, which he hath sanctified forever, and serve Yahweh your God, that his fierce anger may turn away from you. For if ye turn again to Yahweh, your brothers and your children shall find compassion before them that led them captive, and shall come again into this land. For Yahweh your God is gracious and merciful, and will not turn away his face from you, if ye return to him. So the posts passed from city to city through the country of Ephraim and Manasseh, even to Zebulun, but they laughed them to scorn and mocked them. Nevertheless, certain men of Asher and Manasseh and of Zebulun humbled themselves and came to Jerusalem. Also upon Yehudah came the hand of God to give them one heart, to do the command of the king and of the princes by the word of Yahweh. And there assembled at Jerusalem much people, to keep the feast of unleavened bread in the second month, a very great assembly. And they arose and took away the altars that were in Jerusalem, and all the altars for incense took they away, and cast them into the brook Kidron. Then they killed the Passover on the 14th day of the second month, and the priests and the Levim were ashamed, and sanctified themselves, and brought ascending offerings into the house of Yahweh. And they stood in their place after their order, according to the law of Moshe, the man of God. The priests sprinkled the blood which they received of the hand of the Levim. For there were many in the assembly that had not sanctified themselves. Therefore the Levim had the charge of killing the Passovers for every one that was not clean, to sanctify them to Yahweh. For a multitude of the people, even many of Ephraim and Manasseh, Yishashakar and Zebulun, had not cleansed themselves. Yet did they eat the Passover otherwise than it is written. For Yehizkiyahu had prayed for them, saying, The good Yahweh pardon every one. that setteth his heart to seek God, Yahweh the God of his fathers, though he be not cleansed, according to the purification of the sanctuary. And Yahweh hearkened to Yehizkiyahu, and healed the people, and the children of Israel that were present at Jerusalem kept the feast of unleavened bread 7 days with great gladness. And the Leviim and the priests praised Yahweh day by day, singing with loud instruments to Yahweh. And Yehezkiyahu worded upon the heart of all the Leviim that had good understanding in the service of Yahweh. So they did eat throughout the feast for the 7 days, offering sacrifices of peace offerings, and making confession to Yahweh the God of their fathers. And the whole assembly took counsel to keep other 7 days, and they kept other 7 days with gladness. For Yehizkiyahu, the king of Yehudah, did give to the assembly for offerings 1,000 bullocks and 7,000 sheep, and the princes gave to the assembly 1,000 bullocks and 10,000 sheep, and a great number of priests sanctified themselves, and all the assembly of Yehudah with the priests and the Leviim, and all the assembly that came out of Israel, and the sojourners that came out of the land of Israel, and that dwelt in Yehudah, rejoiced. So there was great joy in Jerusalem, for since the time of Shlomo, the son of David, king of Israel, there was not the like in Jerusalem. Then the priests, the Leviim, arose and blessed the people, for their voice was heard, and their prayer came up to his holy habitation, even to skies.